Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Raynne, aka Riri. I'm a plus size model and a freelance and self-taught makeup artist in North Carolina. And I love all things headbands, as you can probably see. I have you guys zoomed in a little bit closer today because I'm going to be testing out a Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour full coverage foundation. I did get this in my Ipsy bag, as you would have seen in the previous video, and I've actually wanted to try this for a very, very long time. Hopefully it is my shade. It's light neutral. I'm really excited about this. I just got out of the shower recently. I did tone my skin and moisturize. I am trying a new moisturizer that I will update you guys in my January favorites video. So yeah, let's get started. I am going to first spray some Mario Badescu spray. I will have to admit, you guys, this is not my favorite. I feel like it leaves like a little bit of a residue on my skin, and I actually don't like the scent. I don't know why I don't, because normally I love lavender and stuff, but I just don't like it. I'm not gonna buy it again. So first I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Primer. I use this one on the perimeter of my face, and this one really helps to like blur and soften. You will start to see around the areas of my skin that are really red and that I really need blurring and softening. Okay. But this primer works really, really nicely. It's super, super soft. It has a slight bit of tackiness to it. It's not overly sticky or weird or anything like that. I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. And then I'm going to press it out into the rest of the skin. And then I'm going to hit these little spots here where I've had some friends come and try to visit me. So as you can see, hopefully the camera is picking it up, but it really starts to soften and like blur everything out. Then I'm going to go in with my Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. This is for more dry skin. It does give you a slight subtle glow. I definitely would stay away from this if you have super oily skin. I think it's absolutely beautiful if you have really dry skin. And I don't like to just slap this on my skin. I really, really like to put it into the skin and really, really press it and kind of get it into the areas of my skin that I know are very, very dry. So and that's normally for me like in my T-zone. I'm dry all over, but I really get scaly and really, really get cakey and stuff if I'm not cautious, like around my eyebrows and my nose area. So as you can see, I'm like really working it in there. And then again, I'm just going to kind of press it and walk the rest of the product out. And that's just how I like to prep my skin for my foundation. That is just personal preference, and that is what I do for any foundation that I use. And sometimes I will reverse that, and I will put the Urban Decay one through here and through my cheeks. Again, pretty much anywhere where I'm red at, and then I will put the Luminizer Primer all over. It just depends on how my skin is doing. Right now I feel like my skin's looking really nice and doing really well. I have a couple little spots kind of coming up on me. But aside from that, I'm doing okay. So again, this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour full coverage foundation. I'm really hoping that I like this a lot because I've really wanted to try it for a long time. There we go. So yeah, I'm excited about this, and yeah, let's see what happens. So just to show you, it is sealed. I have not touched it. I might have wanted to open it before I started. Okay. I don't know what the shade is going to look like. So if the shade is not right, yeah, don't get me in the comments, okay? We're just trying her out. I always go in with like my Morphe Y6. I have a Luxie brush that is the exact same type of a brush, but I like a more short-handled, pretty stiff kabuki type brush for my foundation. I will put it on the back of my hand, and I like to go in with stippling motions. I start on the inner part of my face where I really need the extra coverage, and then I build out and go to the outer perimeter of my face. That is just my personal Ooh, that color is good. Oh, okay. Let me turn some extra light on. And let me also get a little closer. So I start really like on this part of my skin and tapping, pressing motions. And that's going to lay down the bulk of the product that's on the brush. And then I will start to smooth it out and then do buffing motions as I get towards the outer perimeter of the face. This just for me kind of ensures that it like really gets softened and really blurred out as you go out, and there's no harsh lines or anything. Oh man, that feels nice. It's blending really, really nicely. I like to also go up obviously into the ears, hairline, behind as well. Definitely is full coverage. I didn't put very much down to start with. I don't see that it's settling or anything like that. I'm gonna add a little bit more on this side and then I'll get up super close. I like to try to do half my face. Just to get an idea of coverage and see, you know, is it showing any texture? Is it getting in my fine lines and wrinkles? That's something else I think that makes me not really be such a full coverage girl, because a lot of times with more full coverage products, they're going to be a little bit more mattifying and a little bit more drying, so I feel like I can't wear them. So that is the left side of my face and the right side of my face. So I don't see that it's settling. Anytime I have a product that I know is going to settle, it's going to settle right through here. It's going to settle in my little nose areas and then settle right through here. And I'm looking in my mirror down here and I do not see that at all. I think it's beautiful. The color is perfect. Like really, really perfect. So I'm going to add a little bit more into the left side because she can't be alone. I like how it feels too. It feels really velvety and really, really soft. Let me actually feel my... Ooh. It does feel very, very soft on the skin. It's not really mattifying or anything like that. I don't know. I don't think it says it's matte. It just says full coverage, and it does have SPF of 15 in it. So, I've been so afraid to try this because of that, because it was full coverage. So again, I picked up the bulk of the product, and I'm really gonna press it through here in the areas that I know that I need more coverage at. In just stamping motions. And then I'll go through my nose areas and kind of I always pull product away from this section because I am really dry through here. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more product. I feel like I'm using a lot of product, which I did only get like this much the first time, so. And it's definitely buildable. I really like the way that it feels. Like it definitely feels like, if you guys remember like the old school Maybelline, like the Dream Matte Mousse, I think is what it was called. It kind of reminds me of that in the way of like the texture. Like just kind of really soft and like moussey. It doesn't feel thick or weird or heavy. I'm actually kind of shocked because I was not expecting this at all. I really thought it was going to be super heavy. But I also always prep my skin. That sounds funny, I sound like a robot. I always prep my skin though. And that's something else too. You know, if you were to try this product and then you're like, girl, this shit was cakey in my skin and it was dragging and it was doing this and doing that. You also have to realize if you have drier skin, you have to prep your skin as if you have dry skin. You know, if you have oily skin, then lay down a little bit of loose powder, or you can even set your face before you do foundation. You know, use a mattifying primer. We have to take the proper steps for our particular type of skin. You know, for myself, I know that I have to be really cautious and have to really make sure that my skin is very, very hydrated before I start any type of makeup application. So I'm going to spray some more Mario. That is how I do my face all the time. And then I'm going to take just a sponge, and what I like to do with my sponge, don't drag it, pull it, or tug it because you're going to pick up product. I gently just place it and kind of walk it across the skin. For me, especially having dry skin, even if you have oily skin and you just place down, you know, way too much product, way too much powder, you know, you put down, you baked for too long, whatever the case may be, if you just feel like, girl, I'm looking a little bit too cakey, a little bit too dry, you know, then just take this and spray with whatever you have. It could be MAC Fix Plus, it could be, you know, an Ulta Beauty spray, it could be whatever you have, rose water, whatever the case may be. But if you just spray it and just take a beauty blender, and mine is dry, and just take, a beauty sponge, beauty blender, and just walk it gently across, it's really going to make sure that your makeup kind of blends into the skin as opposed to sitting on top of the skin. So I'm going to get up close and personal one more time. So I think the coverage is really beautiful. We will see how long it wears, and I will update you guys. Hopefully I'll remember, because I'm super forgetful. Hopefully I'll remember to do a wear test and actually do it, visually, like filming it. If not, then I will of course leave it in the comments or let you guys know like what my overall thoughts were. Obviously this is a first impressions. For a first impression, I definitely think, especially for a full coverage, it is not thick, heavy, or cakey. It's not like sitting on my face. We're going to put concealer and stuff like that like we normally would, and I'll see how those products lay on top of it as well. But so far, yeah, she's pretty impressed. I'm going to go in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and in this shade Fair 08. I don't use a whole lot of concealer. I feel like people use way too much, and I don't understand why people use so much. This time I am going to spray my beauty blender with just a little bit. This is the Ulta Hydrating Spray. This is like 10 bucks. It has lasted me 2 million years. And when Ulta Beauty does like their BOGO, you can get 2 of them for like crazy cheap. And it's just barely damp. I don't like wet the shit out of it. And I do like a more bright, like lifted under eye. So I do go quite a bit fairer when I do my concealer. That is personal preference. Whatever you're comfortable with, definitely, do whatever you feel comfortable with. And let me get a mirror because I don't want to bend down into my mirror and you guys not be able to see what I'm doing. So I feel like it's blending well on top. I don't feel like it's pulling up the foundation or anything like that. I don't feel like the foundation is starting to look, cakey or anything. I still don't see any creasing, which is a good thing. Because again, especially I feel like having drier skin, it's so easy for your makeup to get cakey and to settle on your fine lines and wrinkles. So I'm actually pretty damn impressed. And I have an eyelash, so excuse me. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. So I always go in with my NYX HD Finishing Powder in Banana and take like the little butt end of the sponge. And I always keep my eyes nice and relaxed. And then I will walk the banana powder right under. Again, just a little bit. I cannot use a lot of powder products on my skin. And I also go above my eyelids, which I'm not doing, obviously, any shadow today, but I do it anyway. And then I'm going to take an open fluffy face brush and wipe it off instantly. If you have oily skin, then by all means keep your product there and you can bake for the entirety of your makeup process and then wipe your bake off towards the end. Okay, so I'm going to get close again. I really like this so far. I'm super impressed. Oh, yeah, I'm super impressed. And the color is like stunning. I'm really liking this a lot. I am going to definitely try this a few more times. You guys know that I like to give any product that I try, unless it's just complete total trash or breaks me out, then it's a no-go and I don't try it again. But typically I like to really give a product 2 to 3 times. I like to let it sit on the skin for a number of hours. It's only like 10 o'clock in the morning, so this will be on all day. But I like to give it, a wear test. I like to see how long does it last on my skin. A lot of foundations, because I am more dry and my skin is really sensitive, if I sweat bad or anything like that, it will itch and I will start to break out. So we'll see if it does all that. We'll see if it actually lasts 12 hours. I am going to the gym later, so we're going to see. We're going to put her through the test, and I will try to hopefully remember to do some check-ins, and if not, then I will for sure leave a comment when this video goes up. But again, so far I'm pretty damn impressed. Like, for a full coverage foundation that's supposed to last all day to not be cakey or thick or heavy on the skin, and like the way that my skin feels is amazing. Like I still can see some slight luminosity through my skin, and I like that a lot. I don't feel like I'm super mattified or like thick or cakey looking, so yeah, I'm impressed. I will update you guys, and we might have a new foundation. So I appreciate y'all watching, and if you like this video at all, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you hit that notification bell, I'd be more grateful and thankful. And please always remember to be your own best beautiful. Bye beauties. And welcome back. This is a check-in with you guys. Hopefully I will do another one, but I'm definitely losing daylight. It is now 4:30. I put this foundation on at 10 o'clock this morning. I'm going to get really up close and personal. The only thing that I can see, I've started to get, and excuse my glitter, I did a video after this one. I have a tiny bit of oil in my forehead area, which sometimes at the end of the day I may have. It's 4:30 again. I put this on at 10 o'clock, so that's what, like 6.5-ish hours. And then I am noticing just very slightly it's starting to like settle right through here and break down just a little bit. Aside from that, like, I think it's still absolutely stunning, and yeah, I'm ready to go to the gym, and I'm liking it. I'm definitely 100% liking it. Yeah, like normally it would have like started breaking down a little bit around my smile lines and stuff. There is still like no settling under my eyes or anything like that. It's not like settling into my fine lines still. So pretty nice. Considering 6.5 hours in, definitely, again, like a little bit of shine here. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. So, alright, thanks beauties. Check-in. It is about 6:30 p.m. so it's been on now for about 8.5 hours. Of course I'm sweaty, but it literally has stayed in place, you guys. I'm gonna get super close. It still didn't settle anywhere in fine lines or wrinkles or anything like that. I'm pretty damn impressed, to be honest with you. I didn't get really itchy or anything from it, so yeah, I will 100% be buying the full size of this product. So I love you beauties. Bye.